All right, hello everyone. So, a little bit of a rough morning with how premium prices. It's been like that a lot. Just give me one sec. All right, so of course today we have FOMC in the afternoon, so the rate decisions are gonna come out at 2 o'clock. I might be back on. I don't know. I won't be streaming, but not the most excited about trading this morning at least because there's not really any news uh, at all. Now price is obviously very overextended after the election results, and you know, giving it some time to settle down would be nice. I'm actually less concerned with the stock market this morning, and I was more concerned with the forex market. But you see I suppose if I am to look for anything, it'd be the sell side, at least getting down towards the sell side, and then starting to kind of close in some of these regular trading hours. Not all of them, but I mean like maybe close in 50% of the one that's about to be created here, something like that. Just sort of look for a retracement is what I would want to do. There's the 50% of this wick on weekly chart. That's the level I'm watching, and there's the order block in the daily chart. So there we ran into today. And only the reason why I'm not too interested in the stock market is because the Dow, right, the Dow Jones is much lower than Nasdaq. So you can see if let's just say you want to see a retracement, it looks like the Dow's already started this, and it's often not very good when the Nasdaq is following the Dow, right? So nothing stops it from opening up and continuing to go higher. Uh, it's just seeing a retracement, right, and then going higher would probably would be what I would want to see uh, the most. I see I got some comments. Yeah, what's up, Chaser? We have unemployment. I'm not. Let me check Forex Factory because I wasn't seeing that. Hold on, there's a play back here I want to delete. Where is it? I can see it on my fucking thing here. Whatever, I'll find it later. All right. Yeah, let me check that. If I'm trading anything this morning, it's gonna be on a combine or my second funded account, not my main one because I don't know. I'm not really liking it, but there is unemployment claims. Okay, I guess. Yeah, that happens like every week, unemployment claims. It's not when there's like bigger news like FOMC. I feel like it's not really something that I don't know, it's too exciting, gets money moving. Either way, price is still in a big premium, but I do, however, I was liking, euro. The dollar seems to have reached this 50% of the weekly gap here, inverse fair value gap within an order block. So we are seeing rejection from there and displacement lower. There's also this large open fair value gap. Right, so I mean, this could create a market maker buy model, and then euro or JPY. There might be longs potentially. The Australian dollar is absolutely. I mean, this one's very overextended, but no. If we get into a premium, it could also turn to shorts and leave SMT with the Australian dollar. But yeah, I mean, for this, I would be looking for some sort of retracement back down into beneath this sort of accumulation and maybe continue in higher prices. Shorts aren't a bad idea too on euro right now. Like try and get back down to a sort of more equilibrium. But yeah, that's basically what I've got for today. So let me actually mark this gap. For JPY, it's pretty similar too. I just think euro seems to be probably the more volatile. Yeah, I like euro much better. But I'm gonna go on euro. This is technically my model here. I don't know. Thinking of taking it. It's a combine, so I don't. To me, it's like a paper trade. Short NQ, yeah, but I don't know. Short NQ, a little scary because it could just keep going up. Like the reason I don't like shorting NQ is because the Dow is a lot lower. As you can see, like the Dow. So if we're shorting NQ, we're leading with the Dow, and that's usually it's bad conditions and doesn't happen too often. It's like it was like similar yesterday for shorts. I mean, Dow was lagging behind. So I'm not really a fan of shorting whenever the Dow is the one leading the shorts. But I want to see if Euro is going to give like some displacement, maybe a little market structure shift, and then we could turn that into shorts. This isn't, if this inverses though, I don't know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to short. We reached up into the weekly consequent encroachment. So I can see displacement from that area. The dollar is falling too, which would be harder for it would support shorts, for the daily buys, but it you know oh, I still need to take off my banner. I don't know why I still have that. Ugh. See if we get an inverse here. Now it's euro done. Yeah, it's consistently just pressing higher, and it could just keep doing this all morning until we get to the buy side, which should be I didn't mark it, so right over here, all-time high. That's why my attention is on foreign currency right now. Like I want to see longs because there's still been a pretty big discount. I just need a retracement or something when this hourly candle closes. Bitcoin doesn't look like a bad place to try and trade it. No, I don't like that. Boring. Waiting for an inverse. Yeah, we might now get the inverse though. But it's okay. I'm gonna be studying physics while price just plays out. I'll stay on stream, but nothing happens, and I won't say anything. Uh, uh, Neko, yeah, almost 2 weeks. Like it feels like it's just me, right? But like I thankfully took a payout last month, but I had a bad month. Like I had so many days. These 2 days that should have been wins. No, sorry, this one and this one should have been wins. This should not have been taken at all. But I had so many bad weeks, like just barely break even. This week might be a losing week. Last week was a losing week. So like it was not, you know, it was not very good month, and we're already starting bad. Like I mean, I would have been better off just paper trading ahead of elections. And now it's just a little bit of, I guess, a little bit of time before prices finally start to move well. But hopefully, I can get back to seeing good setups because almost every single day I've gotten up and it's like been bad and like not very high probability. Yeah, I mean, me, it's been like that since September. I mean, since August and September, it's been like, in my opinion, pretty shitty. Like we see 9:30 make the move I was looking for, and then that's it. There's nothing else to do. But I guess it makes me feel better that, at least I'm not in that, you know, I'm not in, I guess the dark here. Like it is pretty hard to trade right now, so it's normal that I'm having losses and stuff. No, I hope so. It'll be better. See if the euro is starting to move lower. No, no, I don't like it. Uh, I'm thinking of maybe trying to short on the combine. There might be one more sweep. I haven't had funded challenge for almost 2 months. Yeah. Well, it makes me feel good. It's not just me. It makes me look forward. I guess I should probably just focus on trading combines anyway before I continue trading my main one. Like this one, I locked it out. I know the other one, my main one, I locked it out. Wait, what? It's not locked out? No, that's a combine. Oh, almost quick locked out. Yeah, I locked it out immediately when I got up. This one, I didn't lock it out, but I'll lock it out now. So hopefully, it will get better. And I mean, doesn't hurt to paper trade or trade combines until then. Yeah, if we get a trade up into that gap, kind of did. I might try it. There is a 3-minute gap that I don't really like, so they could also inverse that. So I'm giving it more time to move lower. Well, it's nice that you're doing well in the funded challenge, though. Hopefully, you keep it up. Keep up the good work. So I think I'm gonna wait for a sweep, unless this 5-minute gap inverses. Then I'll probably I don't know because we have a long wick, so I don't know if we're gonna get a sweep. And that this current 5-minute candle on the Dow is a lot stronger, 945 candle than it is on the Nasdaq. So that's a little promising to see like that the Dow is the one that's starting to be more bullish now. It's got like money's moving from the Dow to the Nasdaq, which is good. Oh, well, I mean, at least you're doing well because you still have the account. Most people don't last 2 weeks with an account, even a week. So, I mean, 3 months is really, really good. And it's their first one too, which means like yeah, at least you're responsible with it. At least you're careful, which is all good stuff. Uh, so here, this is the combine, so I don't really care if it loses. Could have waited till the 3-minute gap gets inversed, but probably gonna lose. I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna wait. I'm waiting for probably another sweep or a deeper premium. I was expecting it to just run off and continue going lower. Looks like longs here. Could use the order block to long, but by that. Oh, no. That might do great. As long as it doesn't inverse this. Okay. It's nice to like just take trades like without any actual real risk because not taking many trades. I feel like it gets scarier to take a trade. But I should probably be doing this on the practice 450K instead of a combine. But whatever. It's paper, but it's actually a combine, so it's not really. But the combine's like at break even, so I don't really like. It's not like it was up a bunch of money and I was about to pass it. Like these are like proper trades, but and I trade on oil. That's nice. Look clean. I'll take a look at it on. I just don't want to take off the trade. I'll take a look at it. I don't trade oil. Every time I look at oil, it's like on the daily chart, kind of just consolidating, like a little like Forex. But I guess with Donald Trump as president, it's probably gonna change. Maybe failed to make a low beneath 6 a.m. Okay. Well, looks like I'd be scared oil's either gonna create a market maker buy model or Judas swing. I'd have like a my stop would be moved up. I don't want these gaps to fill. If we're gonna keep going to this high up here and create like sort of a breaker. I don't invest in any crypto. I thought of it, but I don't know. I probably got stopped. Wait, did I? I did. I did get stopped. Yeah, I got stopped. Huh. It wicked me out. That's okay. No, I don't invest in crypto. And it's not because I don't believe in it. I think crypto is not bad, but I tell my brother whenever it's gonna go up. Solana here is really nice. My coworker always tells me Solana is good, but I don't know. Yeah, like I have my own TFSA, and I can't buy crypto. If I could buy crypto, my TFSA, I would. But otherwise, I'm just buying what my TFSA allows me to buy. That's so unfortunate how we got stopped. Should have put it beneath the slow instead of beneath that potty. No, I don't believe Bitcoin's going to zero. I mean, I would invest in Bitcoin if I could. Like I have my money in a TFSA and I invest in my TFSA and I don't try and put money elsewhere. But like I mean like I told my little brother, he's not a Bitcoin guy. He thinks Bitcoin's going to zero. So every time Bitcoin's about to go up, I told him on the 14th, when I woke up that day, and I said Bitcoin is a good buying opportunity. Um, and then it went up from there, probably like 20% now. Yeah, 20%, almost to an all-time high. I mean, that's not bad. Like I would invest in it. I just don't care to because I would be more of a trader, and I already am a trader with the Nasdaq. So I don't see the point in me putting money in it unless it's for a long term. And I mean, I already have my money in a TFSA, so I don't want to pay taxes on my investments. You know. Well, Bitcoin is near its all-time high. I mean, unless you have a different futures chart, maybe it's like not contract adjusted. Yeah, okay. Well, mine isn't because I am adjusting for contract, but I'm gonna sell it here. See if it creates an order block on this candle. I want the next 5-minute candle to aggressively drop and sort of form, maybe create one more sort of candle before it really aggressively goes lower. My stop could be too tight, but let's see. Yeah, it's probably too tight of a stop. That's a pretty big 5-minute candle now. I don't know about that. No, stop asking if it's paper. You know it's the combine. I haven't switched the account. You can see it right here. It's a combine. This is, yeah, gonna get stuck. Just my goal is just like I just want to take trades to get used to taking trades, and then you know I don't care if I blow the combine, but yeah, I should probably do it on the practice. So I lost enough on the combine. You watched the one I see video where he took every fair value gap too? I think I know what video you're talking about. I didn't watch the whole thing, but no, I heard someone say before that, if you want to get better at analysis, do more analysis. If you want to get better at backtesting, do more backtesting. But if you want to get better at taking more trades, then just take more trades. That's what I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to like take trades to the point where, and this is why I'm using a combine or the paper trading. The point where like I don't really have any like attachment to the trade, which I don't like. I don't care that I lost this much on the combine. Um, because I have my main accounts, and when I take my main accounts, it gets scary. Sometimes it gets scary to lose that money. So I mean, I'm trying to get to that point where I guess I'm more have more endurance. It's like building muscle endurance in the gym. I'm more used to taking a trade. It's more comfortable approaching the chart and taking a trade. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. And then, you know, maybe we'll get a winner, maybe not. It doesn't matter because no damage was done. I would trade after FOMC sometimes. It's just that whenever FOMC happens, it's usually like I don't know, past couple FOMCs, I found that it moves too much during FOMC for me to like to trade it. And then after FOMC, it's just it's already delivered. But sometimes like no, like the move happens in the last hour of trading after FOMC. Um, but I don't know. Not as of recent. So usually, like, I don't think it's worth me taking time out of my afternoon, which would be instead of studying or being at the gym or spending time with a friend or my girlfriend, I would be trading. Like, I usually don't think it's worth it for maybe a trade. Actually, I like this. I might take this gap on uh on my combine. I don't think there's a loss limit. I don't know if I. No, there isn't. Okay. If it inverses, this time I'm actually gonna wait for the inverse. I'm not gonna turtle sweep. But yeah, so like that's I don't know, that's just how I look at it. It's good to tape read for sure though, because it moves a lot. If I were to turtle soup anything, it would be right here. Because this 5 minute candle is about to close, and anything like I would want this to be the order block. So anything like above this candle shouldn't really go that much higher. Should be extremely like overbought. And so I'd want price to start to go lower from there. This is the practice, by the way. It's not a combine or anything. But to if I were to like actually place real money on it, I would want to wait for an inverse just to be certain. Yeah, yeah, no. Yeah. See, this is probably going to be one of those mornings where price just continues to press higher, and so it doesn't look like it's going to work. And so that's it. Now there's just nothing nothing I want to do. If it doesn't leave like now, then there's nothing I want to do. It's probably just going to continue pressing higher and higher and higher. And then FOMC might actually deliver lower. But I don't know. I don't want to stay up for FOMC. I'll close this and just use TradingView. I mean, what I could do is actually look at the previous FOMC days, when was last FOMC? I think that would be more interesting than watching price this morning. I don't think we had any in October. Yeah, I don't know why. There's September 18th. This is like the morning still moved quite well. It still made some good movement, and an FOMC came out and just, I remember this, just ran out the high and ran out the low. I mean, like, you could have looked for shorts in the last hour. Created a 50-minute bearish order block. This is sometimes, like I say, like when we're at turtle soup areas, I say I want to wait for like the order block. See how like nice this candle kind of formed in a premium instead of there's just a wick. Pricing continue going lower from the wick. Instead, it formed an order block, an up close candle that was convincing for like a trend higher. And then anything above, that high there of the order block, that would have been very, very overbought. Sort of like what I was trying to frame here when we closed. Well, what I wanted to see here was this candle would have closed a little higher and would have formed a small body, and then anything above this candle's high would have been oversold, and that was where I wanted to like have my short. But obviously it might still go down here, it might still happen, but it's just not looking like, you look at the 9:30 open, it's already, 9:45 is when I would have wanted to start to see the delivery lower. So now maybe 10:30 might give it, but I mean, it just looks like with how the day's been and how much of premium we are that we're probably going to stay up here and keep pushing higher. But yeah, price, I would not have wanted to take it because we would have had wick down here, but again, it is just a wick, so sometimes I just ignore the wicks if they're that long. You made 27K in one trade. That's good. Breaking down the chart 5-minute time frame and see the short-term high I'd be looking for as price drawing to this 15-minute PDA rate. There was an excited fake move lower ahead of the real move. Short-term high form to introduce liquidity. Yeah, so I mean, inside the 15-minute order block, you see like we had an initial attempt lower and then manipulation. Same thing sort of up here, initial attempt lower, manipulation. If you ignore the large wick, that's a short-term high. Yeah, and then we deliver lower down to the sell side. And going down to the lower time frame, you have your short there from the short-term high. This looks a lot more like a good breaker. And I mean, what is that, like 700, it's about 50 points. Wait, no, that's not 50 points. That's a lot more than 50 points. It's like 150 points. That was, like, that's a trade that I would That I would like taking. It's like forming the second stage of the market maker buy model. But we haven't had price action like this in a while, at least because of elections. Oh, it is starting to go down a little bit. No, not really. No, no, not at all. Anyways, let's keep going. When's one before that? Mm, I swear it was after the Jack Hole symposium. Really? Is there not an easier way of seeing this? Like when FOMC is? I just like click on the news and I see the past ones. Oh, there you go. July 31st. That's 22nd to the 26th. There was none here. Yeah, sure. July 31st. Like the daily chart here just looks so much more attractive than it does today. Like I see like how much better the price is already. Is this not FOMC? Why is this not complete? Huh. Okay, well, apparently I didn't complete this. I wonder why. This is a 15-minute. Oh, okay, that's why. It's just it didn't do anything all day. So yeah, sometimes you have this during FOMC where it just doesn't do anything. But that September FOMC was pretty good. There was a rate cut after all, so I mean it did create volatility. And I guess there was FOMC in August. I just don't know when. Oh, this is nice. I can't wait for the end of the year. I'm gonna go through all these. Why is there no FOMC? What? Am I crazy? Oh, there you go. The FOMC statement Wednesday. Once print came out, it made its initial explosive volatility. I want to see if this premium bullish order block on the 15-second, 15-minute be broken, uses resistance. Oh, this is CPI. So, okay, this was CPI and FOMC. So, I mean, it didn't really do much. Yeah. And there was earnings too. So that's not a good example. I guess the September one was probably the best example because it had a rate cut, but we are starting to go lower a little bit. I don't know. I'll take this on the practice. So you maybe immediately bounce. This is a trade that if I wasn't locked out, I would have wanted to take this trade, even on maybe my life. Like I wouldn't have obviously because there's a reason I locked it out, but like this is I don't know. To be honest, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't work either. But out of all the trades so far, this is probably the one I like the most that I've seen today. If it doesn't work, then just you know why. Price is probably just going to keep pressing up and constantly giving fair value gaps, but not letting them work. Taking a while to leave. I don't know. I don't like how it closed above 50%. Taking a screenshot. I don't know if it's freezing the screen or anything, but doing some note taking on my schoolwork. Sorry. Sorry. I've had a bad throat recently. I don't know why. I don't even think I'm sick. It's just it is a tough market. I've considered like just not trading until paper trading until I start to see more profitability and consistency, like back to I guess what I was seeing when I got funded. And but then the thought comes over my head like, okay, well, what if that happens? I just missed out on a bunch of profit. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. I'm just scared. But you know what? Maybe it's not such a bad thing that I miss out on profit and that I'm scared because on the other hand, the risk is that I keep trading in bad environments and I create more bad habits, by not bad habits, but psychological harm by losing my funding accounts or by putting them to deep drawdown. And then I start practicing bad habits on those accounts. See, like that's something that I'm much more concerned with than you know than just missing out on funds. So I think I don't know, maybe it's a good thing that I might miss out if it means that I'm more comfortable with trading from here to the point where I regain that profitability or that consistency. Yeah, that could be true. No, but see, like, look, we're still failing to get above like the 10 o'clock high, while the S&P and the Nasdaq is sort of like it, but actually, you know what? Yeah, it was good. There's S&P between S&P and Nasdaq, but this could just be a very uncorrelated market too. It doesn't mean that there's SM It could just be that it's very, very uncorrelated because the Dow is still making lower highs. Price should start to leave pretty soon if this gap does work, because I mean, I don't know. I'd start thinking about like some sort of time stop for something. But the equal of the range will be nice. And well, this is where I'm aiming for the low-hanging fruit. But it's just how is it gonna do it is the question. Like it might just take all day at this point. I think I agree a little bit more with Neko. I mean, I don't know. In my opinion, it should have went lower by now. Um, Look at the 5 minute chart. I don't really like this, like up and down and stuff. So like, now is when I really wanted to go lower. If it keeps wicking back up and sort of staying restricted, I wouldn't like it. But see, like this is what I mean. It's all the way back up. It makes a new low and it comes back up. It's like very seek and destroy. So I'm not really paying attention to it much. I'm mainly focusing on my studying. Depends who you ask, by the way. If it closed below with a displacement, a class is empty. Personally, I don't know. I find that SMT is usually just indicating which pair is the strongest and which one you want to trade. But the thing I don't like is that S&P could have SMT, but then the Dow doesn't have SMT. So it's why it's probable that it's just kind of consolidating and chopping around. And this is just random SMT because usually the Dow is the one that will be the leader, the follower. But instead, it's obvious that the Dow is much weaker, has been all day. So to see the Nasdaq then lead would take a long time, a lot longer than right now. And I did mention how there's like nothing stopping the Nasdaq from just pressing higher. Like there's many of these days where I would blow accounts because, like I kind of showed today, when I would kept trying to take a trade on a combine or the paper account, short after short. I took the long here and then it got stopped out break even because it came back, it wicked back down and stopped me out at break even. But I moved my stop up prematurely. But I mean, other than the long, I wouldn't have taken the long, maybe a year ago. I would have continuously tried to short all these gaps and would have probably blown my account because there's nothing stopping price from just running up to this high. I mean, if you look at the previous day, how much it expanded, and then you know you have to ask yourself, why would we go down? Because if the reason we're going to go down is the premium, then why didn't we go down here or here, right? You have to just kind of like let it displace and pick the low, in my opinion, because we're obviously right now in a bullish market with these past 3 days. This is a market structure shift. This is not a turtle soup. It's a market structure shift. So you have to like just pick the low instead of trying to pick the high. And when I get up and I see prices already at a premium, this is why I locked out my accounts. Like the first thing I did in the morning, I locked out my accounts because I mean, we're in a bullish market, and I can only frame shorts. And on top of that, the Dow is leading short, so incredibly low probability. Yeah, you could be anticipating it, maybe, but I don't know. I think that's the wrong word. Anticipating, like it could go down, it could go up. In my opinion, it's just study it. These are the best times to study because these are the times that will probably make people lose money more than anything else. Let's see how the euro's doing. See, like euro did not give any retracements. I wanted to see a retracement earlier this morning. It did not give it to us. Same thing with the JPY, and Aussie still a lot more bullish. The dollar's still crashing lower. See how Jacer's oil trade is going. Oh, this is he's probably having a tough time. Oh, he's okay. Okay, this is terrible. Look at this price action. This is absolutely terrible. 100% I would have been out by break even. But the other thing too, I kind of realized by just taking paper trades today, is that some of the trades like I closed early before they reached my stop loss. But I remember on a live trade, I could never do that. Like I can't close it early when I actually take a live trade because I mean, even though like I know the trade isn't gonna work, it's invalidated, it doesn't look good, and I'm uncomfortable with it. I just can't. The only thing I can really do is move my stop down. And I just can't just close it at market because if it works and I close it at market, I just lost real money and it would have made me money. So it's like that thought is sort of always in the back of my mind. And did I end up getting stopped? No, I didn't. Okay. And so you know, it's just it's just it's nice to see that when there's no risk and it's just paper, I'm actually able to just close the market and stuff. And this is kind of like where I want to kind of get to that point with my live trades where okay, like I'm able to just close trades and not worry about what the profit is or the outcome really. I feel like I'm still about on a trade by trade basis tied to the outcome. It's probably because I don't trade very much. I take maybe one or two trades a week, or I look to take a trade one or two times a week. So I don't know, seeing going back to a model where it's just like a maybe like a 15-point stop and a like 12-point take profit. I've thought of doing that actually, and I might actually do that because when I traded like this, it was or maybe just like 15 points, 15. Even though it's 1 to 1 R, it's so much easier on my mental than like holding it for like 60 points. I just I can't explain to you how amazing it feels when you just wait for a 5 minute short term high to get hit. 9:30 goes up, you wait for a 5 minute short term high, then you take the first fair value gap, you go for 15 points. And does nothing else matters. Like it might go 60 points, doesn't matter, you just look for 15. That feels incredible. And it's like an everyday trading model. And even though like I remember my journal, I can show my journal from that era, like my trading calendar. I don't know if I have it somewhere. from last year. I don't put my trades in here anymore, but when I would do this in October, this no, no, I called it baby food. It was just these tiny trades. I would just wait for a 5-minute short-term high. Wherever 930 opened up, 930 went up. Okay, wait 5-minute short-term high. Take the first 1 minute 30-second fair value gap, and then boom. So like even though I could have held this, like what 40 all the way down, like 50 points, you know, I would just look for 12 and a half, and like that, my mental there, like I'm already done for the day. It felt so much better than it does today. Like today, I feel like I'm taking on a lot more stress. It's a lot harder to trade. So like, look at this. This is so. This is in the afternoon. I don't know. I'm really thinking about going back to it. Another 5-minute stop run, first fair value gap. Very, very simple model. Incredibly simple. And when it loses, it sucks, but this isn't really the model, actually. That's why I lost. But I mean, another 5-minute stop. This is early morning. About, someone like at 10 a.m. 5-minute stop run. 9:30 to do some more of a consolidation. But I mean, like, I don't know. That's a lot of trades. What the heck? Jesus. What happened here? There's no way I logged all these trades. What? This was a crazy day. Seems like I shorted here, stopped out break even, and then I think I got, I went back to a short, stopped out break even, shorted again, stopped out break even, shorted again, and it went. So I got 3 break even stops, and then finally got a winner. Okay. Interesting. But I can't believe I logged all that. I remember my trade used to be disorganized as well. Few questions. What's your risk and where did you get that Notion chart from? Uh, First, let me just check what price to do it. Oh, wow, look at that. So this is what I mean. Like, if I had been trading baby food today, like I would have trying to trade this would have not worked. This would have worked, and not only that, but it would have been so much easier for my mentality to take that, than to try and go for something like this and be in that trade for so long. Even if it loses, I think it's worth it. It makes less money, but in my opinion, it's worth it. But anyways, yeah. So hold on, a couple questions. What's your risk and where did you get that uh, chart from? That's pretty cool. I can do that. So this is Notion. There is a template. It is. I have it here. You can buy the template if you want. I added a lot of stuff, so it's not exactly like my own customization to it. Um, I never used this, but it's QuantView. They have a YouTube, so you could check it out. Again, it looks a little different. And then I also have my school stuff. This is like my own sort of template, um, where I keep my notes and stuff and my grades. So I use Notion for a lot of stuff. I would promote Notion every chance I get because I mean it is really just amazing. And the way I do it now is I have my journal entries where I do my analysis before the market and then I do my analysis after the market. And this is more personal stuff. And then I do my objective analysis where it's really just what happened regardless of what I thought just after the market's closed. So I can go back and look at, like, for example, today, like somebody had a question about FOMC, and I went back to previous FOMCs and I'm able to like look at how it moved. But back to here, I mean, this is where I logged my trades. Back when I was, I used the trading sort of um like this. Hold on, not weekly, all trades. I would log my trades like this, and I would like put the points, commissions, and then inside that section you could have like the screenshots where I would have that sort of stuff. And this is actually nice how I had it like this because I can see all time frames. Should do this more often. But I mean, 5 minute short term high, 9:30 opens up, goes higher. First 1 minute fair value gap. Just like a 15-point take profit. Very easy. But how much I risk was just one contract. I never was that type of guy to like risk a certain percentage. I just use one contract. I don't care what the risk is. I always have a set stop loss at 15 to 20. So I know I'm going to, per trade, lose about 300 to 400. And then sometimes I will re-enter one more time with like a 10-point stop loss in case like I think that I was just a little off or I got out too early or I moved my stop up too close. So that's that. And then yeah, these aren't so disorganized, Neko. It's just that there were a lot on some of the days. Like, I don't know, this is just a lot of stuff. Like, look at this. This is my model. 5 minute short term high. It's in the afternoon. It didn't have to work at all. It just needed to work for 12 points. What is that like? Yeah, 12 and a half points. It didn't matter. Get your own, yeah. I mean, it's pretty easy to get your own. The This I created all by myself. So everything you see here is all on my own. The journal, the logbook, all this is on my own. They won't have that on the template, but it's pretty easy to create your own stuff like this. Like, I wouldn't get the template. I would just create everything you see in my 2024 trading is just done by me. You just add a database and then you create your own templates. So it's pretty easy. And then you just make it repeat. So like you go on this little repeat stuff and you have it print at midnight every day of the week, and you can just make it the way you want. It's not hard to do this at all, actually. Um, actually, most of everything that's on the template, I actually don't use. Uh, you know, everything that's here. The only thing I used is the trading log before, and I don't use it anymore. And I have my model here in checklist. And I also have a video. Like, I would save the money and just make your own. I have a video on Notion too, um, where I basically go through how to create your own template. And it's like 20 minutes long. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, no, it's 8 minutes long. I'm gonna post it in the. I think that's. Let me see if that link works. I don't know if it's privated, but no, sorry, it's 35 minutes long. That makes more sense. Yeah. Yes, I mean, I don't know. I would just create your own. In my opinion, it's much easier than buying the template and figuring out how it works. Because if you buy the template, you also have to buy. You immediately will have to buy a subscription because this only allows you to have 1,000 cells per template. So you see, I can create different notions here. Um, like join or create workspace, and every workspace I have 1,000 cells. So each button is like one cell. This is one cell. This text is one cell. And when you get the template, you're immediately past the maximum cells, and you're gonna need to get the subscription to get unlimited. So like what I would do is just create if I didn't pay for Notion, is create my own workspace for like I don't know every 6 months, whenever it gets full, just create a new Notion and just keep your trades because the template quant view is gonna have a bunch of stuff that you don't need like news or like tools, backtesting logs, you know, task list, reading list. You might not use that stuff. But it is 10:47, so now I'm gonna go play some basketball because I don't know, I don't want to stay here much longer. Price is obviously just gonna keep pressing higher. I will like be here for another 2 minutes to finish up my physics stuff that note taking here. But if anyone has any more questions, let me know. See you, Neko. All right, that's it for today.